TDP is very strong, the alliance is very strong. TDP, Jansena and Bharatiya Janata Party together will 100% form the government. No second thoughts about it. Time's up. 20 days, he's going to go home. And it's going to be one of the worst defeats he's ever had in his life.
It's the battleground Andhra Pradesh, and one thing that we will have to see when it comes to Andhra Pradesh is Mr. Nara Lokesh, the top candidate for the Telugu Desam Party, and joining us on India Today. Sir, thank you so much for speaking with us. First and foremost, you being one of the top leaders for Telugu Desam Party, as an individual, what is your dream for Andhra Pradesh?
So, as a party, our dream is to make Andhra Pradesh a $1 trillion economy. We believe that we need to balance both welfare and development. If we take both together, only then we'll have a prosperous state and a prosperous nation. And that is our primary agenda. If you look at our manifesto also, one of the first promises we made is to create 20 lakh jobs in 5 years. So that is a testimony to what we're going to deliver to the people of Andhra Pradesh.
You are contesting again from Mangalagiri. Why Mangalagiri?
See, people who come from political legacies typically go to safe seats. Mangalagiri is a seat that Telugu Desam Party has won only twice since its inception. So I believe that being part of a political legacy should fight out in a tough seat and then win it. In 2019, I didn't have enough of time to do groundwork, but since the day I lost, I fought it out here. I have been here. In the local body elections, we got majority of the seats, and believe me, this election will be a landslide in Mangalagiri.
You know, right now the TDP, Janasena and the Bharatiya Janata Party alliance looks quite strong on ground. Was this merge of the alliance a conscious decision made by the Telugu Desam Party? You've always been a stand for a party that has been secular in its notions, in its actions. Given the current scenario, has this been the best fit for you? Do you think this is going to work going forward?
This is the best fit for the state of Andhra Pradesh. The current administration raked up close to 13 lakh crores of debt. And we need to govern post 2024 elections. So with this kind of debt, it's going to be an Herculean task. Unless we have support from the central government, we won't be able to do it. And we believe that India will form the government nationally, and we need their support in the state. Keeping this in mind, both Telugu Desam Party and Jansena Party together have come into an alliance with Bharatiya Janata Party.
So when we're talking about especially the last 5 years, there's been a lot of turmoil here in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And particularly in the Telugu Desam Party, your family has been the eye of the center. It's been a target as well, given the several cases that are still pending against yourself and your father, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. One question I want to ask you, has it been easy for the family?
It's never easy. I mean, if you're targeted and the institutions are being managed, and Mr. Naidu, for no fault of his, was sent to 53 days judicial remand, it does take its toll. However, it has made us strong. They've become a lot more resilient. I mean, ladies of a family never campaigned. But today they've taken it upon themselves that when we are under attack, the party is under attack. And party is family for us. We treat it like family. Every Karyakarta is a family member. So we all believe that it's our responsibility now to come out and fight against this tyrant administration. So we are not going to let it go that easy. And if you look at the entire case, like the skill development case, they said it was a 3,000 crore scam, and then they said it's 270 crores, and now they say 27 crores. I mean, Mr. Naidu has governed the state for almost now 15 years as Chief Minister. And does he need to really bow down to that kind of corruption? He's here to fight. He's developed the state. Look at what he's done to Hyderabad. Look what he's done to Amravati here. So, I mean, he walks his talk. And he's a man who has strong values. It's very unfortunate that he's being targeted. Post 2019, I've had 23 cases foisted against me. There's an attempt to murder case against me. I have an SC/ST case against me. And look at the background. I mean, I've done my MBA from Stanford. And look what I'm having to fight out with. I think this is part of the political journey. I'm going to come out victorious.
You've talked about Mr. Naidu's being there in the jail 53 days. That's quite an ordeal for the man and the persona that he is. During that time, we've seen a version of Lokesh that the people have welcomed, a strong, resilient, one with grit. is this going to be going forward a new persona for Mr. Lokesh yourself? Is this going to be the change that the Telugu Desam party has awaited for quite a long time?
Well, I always believe that one thing is constant in life, that is change. So politically also our organization has gone through second generation. I truly believe reforms have to come in the party. I also fight for it within the party. Nothing comes without a fight. And I believe that this is just a process. And what you saw during the judicial remand is just one part of my journey. My entire Padayatra, I was harassed. I was not allowed to walk. I couldn't address people. They pulled my stool, my mic system, and they foisted multiple cases. Volunteers of mine who volunteered for the Padayatra were sent to jail exactly like a week before Mr. Naidu was sent to judicial remand. So we went through a lot, and it's made us just a lot more stronger and resilient in the whole process.
Your Yuvagalam Padayatra has been quite an uproar here in the state of Andhra Pradesh. A lot of people, in fact from Telangana as well, a lot of supporters who have quite reached out and have participated in Yuvagalam, and which is extended into Prajagalam right now as well. Mr. Nadugari, yourself, all of you are going ahead in this Yatra. What was some of the instances that stood out for you during your journey throughout Yuvagalam?
I mean, most fundamental thing is lack of jobs. So in Chittoor district when I was walking, and this was the last village in GD Nellore constituency, I stopped there, there's a lady making bondas. So I said, I'm also hungry now. It's way past 6 in the evening. I was feeling hungry. So I said, let's sit and talk. So I was talking to her while she was making it. 30 years she's been there. She saved every rupee. She's educated both her kids really well. And now they don't have jobs. So I asked her, what are you expecting from the government? Thinking she would ask for welfare. She said, I don't want welfare, create jobs. So if you look at one of the first promises we've made in a manifesto is to create 20 lakh jobs. So that is how, it came from. That is where it came from. Second is prevalence of ganjai. If there is one thing that Andhra Pradesh is now popular for in India, it's ganjai. And it's with the current dispensations power that ganjai is coming to every corner. I met a woman who has 3 daughters, and the oldest daughter was addicted to ganjai, and they abused her. YCP leaders abused her for 45 days. After that, her mother got to know. And she came to meet me for me to put in a word to CMC Vellore so she can take a daughter for de-addiction. So that was the second example that really moved me, and I believe that we will put a full stop to ganjai in the first 100 days of our administration. Number 3 is drinking water. In Kurnool Parliament, I saw women carrying, in English I don't know what you call it, but bindalu. So it's for water. They were holding it and they were walking kilometers and kilometers. And I saw it in front of my eyes. And this is one thing that I've brought it to the party. And in our manifesto, if you look at the larger manifesto, drinking water to every household is going to be one of the first projects we are going to take up. So all my learnings during Padayatra have sort of manifested into our manifesto now. And we're going to be really focused on it and we'll deliver in the field.
Talking about your contestant, M. Lavanya, she's from the YSRCP, she's coming for the first time. Do you think she's an able competitor against you?
I think it will be very unfair for me to pass any judgments. She also comes from a political legacy family. Her father-in-law was an ex-minister, was an MLA here for 2 terms. Her mother-in-law was an MLA here for 1 term. So competition is good. I believe that women have equal right to fight, and I think it will be a fair fight. And I let people decide who they want.
An important question to ask you. People have seen this on the ground. People have seen, they identify Mr. Nara Lokesh with the red book, the infamous red book.
Yeah.
Do you think the idea of the red book has reached the people in the effect that it has meant to?
Absolutely. If the current government is talking about the red book in the Supreme Court, then obviously they're fearing it. Now, what did I say? Now, let's get to the context of the red book, right? In the last 5 years, people, leaders, cadre have been harassed with false cases. All I've said is I'll write their names down so that I don't forget, or they find some other leader to come to me. I'll write the names down. Tomorrow we're going to have a judicial inquiry on it, and whoever is found guilty we will dismiss them from service and we'll take a very firm action. Because officials have a very important role to uphold the Constitution of India. They're not here to break the law. So that's been my fight, my crusade against. And it's not just about party. It's about even common people who've been harassed. Families have been led to commit suicides. So it's very unfair what's happening. So therefore, I really wanted to set a context to it, and people have welcomed it.
The Congress recently in southern India has made its way. Be it Karnataka, be it recently in Telangana elections, we also saw the change that the Congress has brought. Under the leadership of Y.S. Sharmila, who happens to be Y.S. Jagannath Reddy's sister, do you think the Congress, her impact and the Congress's impact will affect your vote bank?
I don't think so. TDP is very strong, the alliance is very strong. TDP, Jan Sena and Bharatiya Janata Party together will 100% form the government. No second thoughts about it.
Your message to Mr. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy?
Time's up. 20 days he's going to go home. And it's going to be one of the worst defeats he's ever had in his life.
A last and a final question to you. Cadres from the Telugu Desam Party, the Janasena and the Bharatiya Janata Party, quite enthusiastic about your reach on the ground. They're also hoping that you might become the Deputy Chief Minister. What do you have to say? Do you want to keep the party's and the cadres' wishes?
No, I believe next 5 years I'm more required for the party. I believe that we have to bring in a lot of reforms. We should further strengthen the party. So I'm going to spend next 5 years focusing predominantly on the party.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Nara Lokesh. As you can see, this is not only going to be the new dawn that Mr. Lokesh says for the state of Andhra Pradesh and for the Telugu Desam Party, BJP and the Janasena Alliance, but he also goes on to state that time's up, Mr. Jagan. With video journalist Viru and Srinivas, Apurva Jayachandran, India Today.